Well, 1983 was a terrible experience. I think it was a horrible, horrendous experience for all the Tamil people who lived in Sri Lanka. It was a premeditated, organized, genocidal pogrom unleashed against the Tamil people, largely believed to be with the support of the then government, or at least very influential forces within the government. Hundreds of thousands of Tamils fled from Sri Lanka. A large number of Tamils were slaughtered. Many more were injured. And Tamil-owned properties and assets were destroyed. Government law enforcement machinery was completely paralyzed. And the Tamil people were not afforded any protection. They were compelled to seek refuge in temples and churches and public buildings. I must say that there were many Sinhalese friends who also helped these Tamil people in distress. Eventually, I think things somewhat subsided when the then Prime Minister of India, Srimati Indira Gandhi, sent a foreign minister on a visit to Sri Lanka. And thereafter the Tamil people were transported by public transport to both the northern and eastern provinces, to places like Jaffna and Battitu and Trincomalee for some time. I think this was a determined effort by some forces within the majority community, with the support of the government, to teach the Tamil people a lesson. Because the Tamil people had been demanding genuine power sharing arrangements. They had been demanding the right to internal self-determination in the areas of their historical habitation. They initially demanded a federal arrangement, and when a federal arrangement was not forthcoming, and the government by both the 1972 and 1978 constitutions introduced a unitary system of government, there was a demand for a separate state by the TULF for the restoration of the sovereignty of the Tamil people, which they had lost to alien colonial conquerors a long time ago. And since the Tamil people were constantly agitating for substantial self-rule in their areas, I think this was a determined effort on the part of certain forces within the majority community, backed by, if not the whole government, at least some influential sections within the government, to teach the Tamil people a good lesson. But the struggle has continued even after that. And the struggle has continued during the past 25 years. The struggle has now assumed different proportions. It was initially a peaceful, non-violent struggle. It has today become an armed struggle. And the government is engaged in waging a ferocious war against the LTTE in an effort to marginalize the LTTE and to conquer the territories under their control. But the fact remains that the Sri Lankan state has not yet been able to address the Tamil question in a realistic way, politically. Carrying on a military operation against the LTTE and weakening the LTTE militarily is not going to be a solution to the Tamil problem. A solution to the Tamil problem has got to be a political solution, as prevails in other countries, in several countries the world over. A country like Canada, which has a linguistic diversity, has a constitution which accommodates such diversity. A country like Switzerland, where different peoples live, accommodates such diversity. Even a country like India accommodates such diversity. So this Tamil problem can only be solved by the Sri Lankan state realizing that legitimate Tamil aspirations have got to be politically provided for. And these legitimate Tamil aspirations are the right to internal self-determination in the areas which they have historically inhabited. It is acknowledged and accepted that the Tamil-speaking people have historically inhabited the northern and eastern provinces, the northeastern part of this country. So I do not think the pursuit of a military solution can be an effective solution to this problem. The war can go on indefinitely, either in a grave way, or as a guerrilla war, or as some insurgency. It can continue indefinitely. And that is not going to be a solution to the Tamil problem. That is not going to be a solution to the country's problem. I think if a solution is going to be found, it must be found on the basis of a genuine power-sharing arrangement in the areas of historical habitation of the Tamil-speaking people. And the earlier the state, the Sri Lankan state, and particularly the majority singular political parties, the Sri Lanka Freedom Party and the United National Party, recognize this reality and are able to work out a consensus on the basis of which there can be a solution to the Tamil question, as has happened in the United Kingdom when the Conservatives and the Labour Party came together and were able to forge a bipartisan consensus on the basis of which the problem was solved in Northern Ireland. So we have several experiences the world over. But very unfortunately in Sri Lanka, people are not prepared to learn from these experiences. People get disturbed by some extremist cries that are raised by others who do not command the support of the people in this country. The people in this country by and large want peace. Whether it be the Sinhala people, the Tamil people or the Muslim people. And if therefore the two major parties can realize that in order to achieve peace, they need to work together on a common program, and if they can forge something which will be acceptable to the Tamil-speaking people from the point of view of recognizing the right to internal self-determination in the northeastern region, in the areas of their historical habitation, I think there can be a solution to this problem. Violence is certainly not the way out. Whether it be violence by some individuals or by some groups or by the state or by an armed organization, that is not going to be the way out. That can never be a solution to the problem. It can only make the problem worse. Therefore, all moderate, sensible, right-thinking people in this country would like to call upon the state and would like to call upon the major political players in this country to come together and forge a political solution on the basis of consensus.